Some of you haven't realized fully just how high up you've ascended. This is your wake up call. I want to open your eyes to just how far you've come and how far you may possibly be going. So, reincarnation is an important concept to consider. You don't have to buy into it, but consider it. Because how well you perform in one life, of course, affects your ascension process into the next incarnation. Are you stuck in a hamster wheel, stagnant, having to repeat a process because you haven't understood yourself, your environment, your assignments, and your tools well enough? Or do you ace it and ascend? Okay? So, in the reincarnation process, if you are in the ascension process, which is what you are doing now, you need to get a full understanding of how big the big leagues are now. Okay? And it isn't the leagues that are big, it's you. It's the reason why the leagues are big, because you're big. Okay? We're not doing big fish in little pond activities over here. We have been working and are continuing to work to excel and expand the flow of infinity, as impossible as that may seem. Okay. So to explain some of you all's experiences, to give you an understanding, because I know right now things seem real wild crazy, as it should. You're on a new battlefield. You have new assignments. You have new medals on your jacket. Like this is new. Okay? You have grown. And now your reincarnation is going beyond earthly beings. Okay? There's a reincarnation process that most people understand as it pertains to earthly beings, earthly creatures. Oh, started off as an ant, worked my way on up to human, check me out. Okay? But now that we're all getting our DNA rewired and we're getting back in touch with our constellation homes and origins and really understanding how vast we are as energies and entities, understand that there's a reincarnation process at the deity and the entity level as well. Okay? Another reason why it's important for you to have a grasp or an understanding about what energies you are heavily wired to emit, okay? What deity levels you are wired to align with and operate, out of. It's important to understand those areas of the self, because once you understand that, then your assignments make more sense, okay? I'm going to use the example of Sekhmet for this deity reincarnation wheel explanation, okay? Say you have discovered in your current grade level or ascension level that you are heavily wired to operate from the position of Sekhmet. You're heavily wired and inclined towards this energy. You learn this. You master understanding this part of yourself as it pertains to the energy and the entity. And you harness your abilities, your Sekhmet abilities, your Sekhmet integrities and moralities, your Sekhmet tools. Like you align so well that you and Sekhmet are one. This energy, okay? You show the universe that you understand this part of yourself, how this part of yourself contributes to existence, okay? To the flow of infinity, and you get those good marks, you ascend. So what this means is in your reincarnation wheel pertaining to this deity energy is that you graduate into a level of divinity for your next incarnation. What this means is, depending on how well you understand, how much you have excelled as Sekhmet in that energy, your next incarnation will give you rights and responsibilities as Sekhmet. Straight up. Okay? The universe will trust you with Sekhmet assignments. What does this mean? This means that you are one of the Sekhmet avatars. All right? So in this lifetime, that's you, for example, correct? So this means you're sent assignments, people, situations, okay, that require the wisdom, the willpower, and the ferocity of Sekhmet. It's obvious why you're getting sent this, right? Because you're a certified Sekhmet avatar now. You're deity in that respect. So these assignments require you to operate as Sekhmet because you are an extension of that energy, that deity, that is you. Okay? So you should understand now from hearing this that your reincarnation process isn't just on a flesh-based, earth-based level. We reincarnate as actual deities. Now, some of you have rewired back to your Sekhmet alignment, okay, because you're already wired for it. Okay? And it's because some of you have actually already stepped in as Sekhmet in previous lifetimes. And you have to rewire, you have to plug back in for this one. And you have. Again, as this deity incarnate, your level of understanding is measured as well. So you ascend into this divinity energy or this deity energy, and your assignments are based on what level you are within that deity energy, because there are levels to absolutely everything. Okay, so on the lighter end of the scale, you may have only the responsibility of a single Sekhmet devotee, helping them through their own walk, helping them get to a point where maybe they can even ascend to where you are and become a Sekhmet incarnate and continue to assist with helping others align fully with that divine energy. Okay? So on the lighter end, you may just be responsible for a single devotee or a handful of devotees. On the other end of the scale, you may be responsible for leading entire civilizations. Okay? So it's funny when we talk about reincarnation, people look at that as linear or sequential, back to back, one incarnation after the other, after the other. When the truth of the matter is that our incarnations are overlapping in various realms and realities, okay? You can be in several places as this one particular avatar at once, okay? I'm trying to give you an idea of just how expanded you could possibly be if you have a really, really high rank as a Sekhmet avatar. And the universe really trusts you with handling Sekhmet assignments as Sekhmet. Okay? Say you are covering 20 incarnations right now, channeling and operating as this Sekhmet energy. And in 10 of those incarnations, you're leading entire civilizations, entire clusters of beings. Okay? And in the other 10, maybe you're handling one specific Sekhmet child or devotee, or a handful of them. But you're doing this over 20 different incarnations. And I'm going to be honest with you, there isn't really a number for this, people, because existence is infinite. The wiring for this frequency, this deity, this energy is infinite. It can show up anywhere. It doesn't have to just be on Earth or in the 3D, darling. If a creature in a completely different galaxy innately taps into the Sekhmet frequency, whether they know the word Sekhmet or not, whether they know the imagery as lioness or not, if they ring the Sekhmet line, then that's Sekhmet's call, wherever the fuck it is. Okay? So I'm saying 20 just to focus on a number. But the truth of the matter is the number that we want to focus on, people, is infinite. Infinity. That's the number. Okay? The kicker to all this, beloved, is that we are simply focusing on one example right now. One divine energy as it pertains to the deity reincarnation cycle. Okay? Wrap your mind around the fact that these infinite incarnations and infinite assignments apply to every divine energy within that you have activated. All of them have their workload as it pertains to contributing positively to the flow of infinity. Okay? So, if in this particular incarnation you've reawakened to your Sekhmet avatar assignments that you have here, maybe you are Lilith assignments here, or maybe you have Shem angel assignments here, etc. You have the complete workload that comes with each divine being you have tapped into and are fully channeling, because you've ascended to a perfectly aligned space to be able to do so. Every one of those energies, those deities, has their assignments. Every one of those energies has these assignments happening back to back and simultaneously. Okay? Overlapping incarnations. This is again why some of you go to sleep and you project, you astral project, and I hope you don't think that you're just going to one of these. For those of you that have multiple deity incarnations happening simultaneously, a lot of the times you're making several goddamn rounds, several stops on that one astral projection. Say you went to sleep last night, you may have went and handled your assignments, your duties at every stop on your divine activation line. All of the deities that you're operating as in every fucking reality, you may have stopped at all of them. That is probably why some of you wake up and half the shit's a blur. You don't remember what the fuck happened because you had to do infinite divine work in a wink of sleep. This is why some of you wake up fatigued. I don't think you realize how many engines you're running in how many realities and realms. You're everywhere. So drink the goddamn water. Take the vitamins. Exercise. Get the rest you needed. I wanted you to understand, though, fully what it feels like to be omnipotent, what it's like to be all of the yous. And the reason why I wanted to talk about that reincarnation piece is because some of you really, really have stopped short at the reincarnation process on the earth level. Some people literally are just talking about, oh, well, maybe I was an ant. Or maybe I started out an amoeba, I worked my way up to bumblebee, and then I worked my way up to a bear. You know? Now I'm a human out this bitch, they're not taking into full account the fact that they reincarnate as deities. Their deity reincarnation process that happens in a myriad of places outside of Earth. You are incarnating and reincarnated at an infinite rate as infinite deities. Now, here's what's crazy about all of that. We are all tasked with taking on the same assignments and challenges, similar assignments. So the truth of the matter is that we are all Sekhmet. Especially all of us that have finally reactivated as Sekhmet, and we're actively taking on the assignments. All of the avatars are all hands on deck, right? So that means simultaneously and succession style, we are all being Sekhmet. So maybe you were Sekhmet from 580 AD to freaking, you know what I'm saying, 200 BC. And then I was Sekhmet from 200 BC to 1200 BC. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't discount your reign. You can't discount mine. I can't say that there's only one energy. I mean, it is one energy, but there are infinite avatars. We all get a turn. We're all tasked with taking a turn at least. Some people just decide not to. Because remember, for those that have not been passing their grade and making it up out of that level, some of them are getting stuck. They're supposed to be passing to the next grade so that they can activate their Sekhmet avatar too and help all of us with the dang workload. But some of them have been getting distracted. Just like in school. There are those that get distracted in their learning journey and they don't pick up the material the way they're supposed to. They don't get a full grasp of their tools, their environment, and their abilities as they should have. Now, those final exams, those assessments we get, some of those guys might get a test astral travel assignment and they get out there and they're supposed to be handling business like Sekhmet, and they decide that they want to play small. They don't want to fight nobody. Like, if they was sent there to protect you, maybe your ass get bit off because they was too scared to reach out and stop the thing from devouring you. They chose not to. They didn't want the responsibility. So in that case, their reincarnation goes into that spinning hamster wheel where there's stagnation. There's stagnation and in some cases decay. And what that means is that if they're not ascending in a timely manner, then those of us that are certified to handle the assignments have to pick up the slack. And there's been a lot of people BSing, a lot of beings BSing. They being led astray by malevolent energies that are just out in the world to fuck around. Okay. There are those. Okay, there's class clowns in every goddamn bracket. They're there. And they're fucking up and they don't want you to pass because then who else is they going to giggle with in class? They're going to make sure you fail too. You understand? So, if you've been feeling a little bit more tired at certain areas of life, it's because we've been getting extra files slid on our desk because of the fucking slackers. This is on top of the fact that you're also Baron Sam D in 500 lifetimes. This is on top of the fact that you're also Yemeya in 1,000 lifetimes, or in 1,000 realities. Let's say realities, okay? This is not counting the fact that you're also, I don't know why I was about to say Satan. Maybe some of you are the Luciferian energy in a few lifetimes. But either way, you're supposed to be learning and getting good marks as that aligned divine energy. I hope most of you aren't being the class clowns, but I just need those who are on their shit to understand. It is a reason why things have gotten super intense. We're doing extra cleanup work because of the goofies. But the reason why you're being trusted with it, ranked up, chosen, is because of how striped up you are. You literally are God in countless realities. And you have a workload from every one of those realities. You don't have to play small down here. They sent us down here because we're the guys. It's judgment day. It's a judgment time, if you will. Everybody's getting weighed out and paid out. Whether your payment is a bill at the end of the process or actual rewards. It's that time. Do what you have to do, because it's time for us to get cashed out. You don't want to miss getting your good marks and being able to ascend the way you're wired to do, because you're literally all things and all powerful.